Did you know that if you do the white girl smile, or like the white person smile, that like closed lipped smile, if you do that for too long, it can make your neck and collarbones hurt? Hi, welcome back to welcome back to Ace Attorney Trilogy Trials and Tribulations. I have to open this stream with a story. So today's my birthday, and my dear friend, Megan, sent me for my birthday a Clopalo Terror AU one shot that she wrote, and it's very good, first of all. But I hate compliments, right? And so she's like, okay, fine. Then I feel very average about you. So, she sent a very nice message, but like in that kind of language right before stream started. And I was like, bro, don't make me cry just before stream. And then she said, whoa, genuine feelings and cannibalism be upon ye. That was good. That made me laugh. I'm gonna tell her I read that to stream. To be on the internet forever. So, last time we began the trial portion of this very convoluted and long case. I don't say that in a mean way, it's just complicated. And we're playing as Edgeworth currently, up against not Goro, but Francisca. And Bikini, she only kind of complicated things further. Unfortunately, our best hope right now is Larry, which is always a toss-up, and that's what we're doing today. Yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Let's do it. I need to, like, relax my jaw, because my jaw's been so tight doing the white person smile. And it's so dumb, because I wear a mask everywhere, so it's not like people can see me doing the white person smile, but I still do it when I'm at work. Anyway.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
Why are you so vague? Girl, I'm trying to get you out of jail. I don't even really like you, but, like, I'm trying to get you out of jail. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yep, I was like, wait. Large amount of psyche locks incoming, I'm sure. Yep, okay. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her.
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Why do you care about Maya? Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycho locks. Gets me every time, dude. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough.
I'm so excited I get to voice Francisca.
Yippee! Court will now reconvene. Ms. Von Karma, where is the witness?
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery.
Suspicious behavior.
He was sketching something very intensely.
Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained?
He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Ah!
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Lauris Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in here.
It would seem that the whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey, I was just artistically rendering.
Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct?
Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for that color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
Larry tried to paint the courtroom, in a sense.
That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch! 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 Ouch!
Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Ms. Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify, now. Whoa, this is too much for me. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. Is Larry flirting with the prosecution? What girl doesn't Larry flirt with? Let's be real. He tried to go after Pearl. She's like 9. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation? Or anything else? Maybe Larry would be a good fit for Francisco. I don't think anyone's a good fit for Larry, let's just put it that way. Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have a quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time.
everyone who Larry dates leaves one way or another, yeah. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. You're so dramatic. He makes fun of Larry, but, like, he's also dramatic and stupid. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't have possibly seen the stars. A rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See, you can do it if you try. Ouch! There is only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love is all about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see... Sorry, there's something about, well... that gets me. Being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's a masochist. We knew this already. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk. I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry. The way he always says Larry as just a full sentence, like just the name, is so funny to me every time. It's so real. Everyone has someone that they know where you're just like, you say their name and you're just like, oh my god, I'm so fucking done with your shit. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? What does this mean? What does that mean? Okay, whatever. Shut up! What is this? I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. Saying spill the beans in the Edgeworth voice is a lot. That's so silly. You didn't meet anyone. That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. It's a Legend of Zelda reference. Really? Which one? Cuckoos are the names of the... Well, no, there's also a cuckoo bird. But do they cause you to stutter? And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces. Now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay. Let's look at our evidence, because I remember none of it. Let's see. Hold on. I'm almost positive it's this one that we need to deal with first. So the obvious one to me is he saw Phoenix, because Phoenix fell from the bridge. But let me just see if there's anything else that would indicate otherwise. Okay, I think that's all it is then. Did I save? I'm gonna save. Yeah, okay. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry! But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Oh, you're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Cuckoos can be very violent, and if you are hostile to one, and will gang up on you. Yeah, like that I know. I don't know, though, if there's like, something specifically about the nest part. Like flying over, because like, I wonder if it's a superstition. Let's look it up. Because I'm definitely familiar with the Zelda, the little chickens. And if you slash them, they get you. Because everyone did that as a kid, right? Let's see. Cuckoo's nest. Oops. Idiom. Can I type the word nest? Is that possible? There we go. Okay. The idiom cuckoo in the nest means an unwelcome intruder in a place or situation. The idiom, okay. Oh, the idiom originates from the fact that a cuckoo lays its eggs in the nest of another smaller bird. When the cuckoo's eggs hatch, the baby cuckoo pushes out the eggs of the host from the nest one by one. Oh, here we go. What does the phrase "one flew over the cuckoo's nest" mean? It means they've gone insane. It's taken from a children's folk rhyme, which is quoted in the novel's epigraph. One flew east, one flew west, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Flying over the cuckoo's nest implies that someone has gone insane. As the slang word cuckoo has long been synonymous with something. Stop. Synonymous with crazy in the context of the novel. Okay. Cool. It's a literary reference, I guess. Yeah, because cuckoos are definitely a real bird. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to do is change your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy, I think have finally woken up. That's okay, Perishable. We're all wrong sometimes. No one's right all the time. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have had to have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. Okay. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? So, okay, hold on. What did Edgeworth say to get Francisca here? If she didn't know about Phoenix, what did he say? Yuri? Hey guys, is this Yuri? Yuri? In my courtroom game? He didn't even tell Francisca about Phoenix. He was like, get your ass over here, I need your help. Also, Maya's missing, or Maya's trapped. And Francisco, I'm on my way. Hi, Greg, thank you. Thanks for dropping in and the well wishes. It's been a pretty good day so far. I did get my free cinnamon roll from the local chain. They give them on your birthday. The app wasn't working, and I was like, it says it's not available in my country. And I was like, my phone says Canada, and this is only a Canadian business. Francisca had been requested to be the defense for a case. Okay, I don't care. Maya needs our help. Okay, I'm on my way. I'll be there in 24 hours. I really don't care why you're the defense. You're always doing stupid, foolish things. You're always doing something foolish. It's just another foolish thing for this foolish fool to do foolishly. It's my birthday, yeah. Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky. Okay, bye. Have a good day. Enjoy your evening. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Jerking it? Well, am I wrong? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even— he knows too! Dare I even ask? I said the meeting time is 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! Don't go picking my fond memories apart! Anyway, I was just getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. So, I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. Listen, he said it. He said it! I know characters. I know these characters. They're my friends. Guys, they're my friends. I know them. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, is that meant to be? That can't be. That's too early, right? Had cars come out yet? I don't think so. I thought it was gonna be a lightning, like Lightning McQueen Ka-Chow reference. Hold on, I have to send this to someone. It's important. When did Cars release? Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Or a little like that. That's more like a punch from Miranda. Miranda. Sorry, I don't know why I said Miranda. I know why I said that. I said it because I speak too many languages. When did the DS release? Way before Cars came out. Let's see. Disney movie Cars release date. I remember watching it in high school, which would have been like 2006. Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations release DS. Let's see. It did come after. This might have been a Lightning McQueen reference. That's amazing. Wow. Owen Wilson, I have you in my phone. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness. They couldn't decide what kind of bit to give this judge, it feels. You said right away. Oops. But exactly how long after the strike was that? Oops, I'm knocking everything. Oh my god. No, I didn't see a car crash in the bridge. He didn't sound like Owen Wilson at all. Wasn't it Mater Larry the Cable Guy too? Get her done! Or whatever the fuck. That was a whole culture for a while. The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I'd recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? How about that? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. A reason. My reason? Isn't that I didn't try to tell anybody? I just didn't have time to, okay? Okay. So I wanted to try the other dialogue now. Beep beep beep. Beep 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 beep. Like why specifically? So you suddenly thought to check out the bridge? Does this mean that you initially had no intention of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning. Okay. Reasoning, is it? That's... what? So you decided to go and see what was happening? That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. A real Like, really special? Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? I thought he was gonna say spectacular, but okay. Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit my back as hard as I can. I'll give you a few hits too, if you'd like, with my whip. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay, maybe I try the other option again, because I didn't realize the thing afterward changes of what you can press. Okay, do this again. Sorry, repeating. Sorry. I gotta get out of the habit of saying that so often, because I sometimes say it at work to like my coworkers, and I'm like, they probably think that's annoying. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as right? Yeah. I thought I better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. Fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. Stop whipping Larry, Francisca. Pretty soon Larry will begin to enjoy it. Unfortunately. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it, more or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. Okay, this is the same. Something of unease about Phoenix showing up. At around 10:30. It hadn't stopped snowing at that time yet either, right? And the fire hadn't finished. I feel like it's the weather data for this. But let me look. Okay. Unrelated. Okay, yeah, I think it has to be this. Okay, cool. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. It's more 近すぎて言えなかった好きだと時を戻す呪文を胸に It's a song. Anyway. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know? He probably does have ADHD and is not taking meds, so it happens. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. Me too! This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is that correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge, meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Excuse me. I have an objection. Oh boy. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Maurice Donan. I have ADHD and have a good track of time. Actually, it's scary because I'm able to know the time after I wake up. Oh, that's pretty unusual, I think, for a lot. I don't know if you're medicated or anything or have like a specific therapy strategy for that. But I love my friends who have ADHD, but a lot of them really struggle with like time, like the concept of time. I have a friend who's we've been friends for 20 years and she has been late to everything that we've ever done. And at this point I'm used to it, like that's on time now, so anyway. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11, in which case it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery, for there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in this weather data report. Sorry, I have hard... TH is hard. We should eliminate that from English. You know, I think we should. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. I would still say that that's on fire. I'd still say that's on fire. But okay. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? Ugh. I feel like I just got What? Bro, what? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by toilet splashback. That is disgusting. That's so real though. Everyone's had a moment like that. Everyone's experienced this. This is this is what will unite us. People, this is what it will unite us. This is the common experience of humankind. Minna unchi, everyone poops. That means at least once in your life, you're gonna get toilet splashback. That's so gross. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Order, order, order. Oh, order that. So, there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That is an odd feeling. Yeah, it is. And it will unite us. That's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? Jorking it with the bud. That would be crazy if he did. I'm almost surprised he didn't claim that to protect Iris, but that would have been, I think, less fun of a storyline. I was jorking it. And by it, I mean my... Okay, Larry. I'm a donim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. So true. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Really? Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? Uh-oh. I intend to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. Oh boy. Capcom kind of would be rehashing old tricks. They love doing that shit. Tell us, Larry. My name is Luis. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Luis Donim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course! I'm an artist, the real thing! Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? Phoenix falsely was running around, falsely, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it would fit thematically with this game, but it would also be, like, too repetitive. That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching! The burning bridge. The burning bridge and everything that came with it. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips? Do you, Edgy? Oh, you want to hear this from my lips? Do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. The sketch of mine is... Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. I'm just a little guy. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Let's go look at it. I'm morbidly curious now. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this. Imagined what? That Luis Donim's debut would take place here, today, like this. Ouch! Show it! Now! Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Luis Donim. Okay. Okay. Did they say something there, or did I just... Hold on. I don't think that they did, but... Okay, they didn't. I was thinking about how it looks like a heat map. Like that drawing. I kind of like it. Well... So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Ms. Von Karma? Yes, well... It's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. Oof. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure? You spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for her future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? The girl, she's really high up in this picture. That's my favorite part of this case. I gotta be so honest. The other stuff is great. There's like scenes later that make me go crazy. The "Are you high?" is so good. Hi, the girl, she's really high up in this picture. What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. You missed the second game. That's exactly what she just said. She and I are on the same page. I don't know what that says about me and her. It means all lesbians share a brain cell, is actually what it means. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to Earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Did we obtain the sketch? We didn't, okay. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me! I would hang that on my wall, that's pretty cool. Does it say horrible sketch? Hold on. Horrible sketch of what he saw. That's really funny. Now hurry up and cross-examine them. Okay. Okay. Alright. Ah. Just where did you see this site from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying. That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see. That all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, this sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. It's not his work that's ludicrous, it's his thinking. It's his interpretation of the events that are ludicrous. Any art that's real and conveys an emotion, that's art, you know? See? Art. You transferred everything directly onto the page. And that is this sketch here. Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway. It did. That's right. The reason she didn't come to me even though I waited for her was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me. Nice. Ow! Continue, please. By the way, it took him 15 minutes to draw that. Yeah, honestly, that's what I'm saying. It's impressive. 15 minutes? Like, that's pretty impressive. Like, the color blending on the flames? Good for him. He's not bad at art. That's the whole thing, right? You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts. Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? There is a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I am sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. Kernel of truth is a really fun phrase. Alright. This is wrong. Larry. It gets me. It gets me every time. I had to draw fire in one of my art classes. Yeah, I mean, I did too. And then, like, when I do art, I don't draw fire one way every time. I, like, can't figure out the way I want it to look. But I haven't drawn anything in quite a while. Like, I just, haven't felt it. I've been really into writing lately instead. And that has been very fulfilling. And so I don't feel the need to draw. But I will have to draw soon because I have to make the new thumbnails. Eventually, for Apollo Justice, I have to make. And then before long, Okami, I have to figure out what the next game is going to be. I have to decide. Guys, I can't decide. Games are good. Maybe I'll choose something completely different. What did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. Hi, Nanny! Well. Thumbnail pressure is real. I also just, like, it's not even the pressure. I know I always have fun doing the Ace Attorney ones because I really like the art style for it. And Apollo will be the easiest one for me to draw because I've worn the costume. So between, like, him and Edgeworth, I've cosplayed both of them. And so, like, that one will be the easiest. It's sitting in that position. Oh, hi. It's sitting in that position for a really long time that I, like, dread it preemptively. Because I'm so bad about taking breaks during drawing. Because I get into a mode and I just go for, like, 3 hours. Maybe you should start drawing for the Apollo Justice. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I should. You're Partial Bullet, you're so right. Unfortunately. Fuck. Unfortunately, I do have one thing that's a little more time sensitive that I have to finish first. And then after that, it's not drawing. It's just occupying the space where I would normally draw. I'm making a piece of clothing, but, yeah, I get so absorbed into drawing and don't take breaks, and then my back hurts because I'm like goblin hunched over the tablet. And I even got a bigger, nicer tablet for myself so that I would do it less, and I still am bad about it. I still suck. And I have something wrong with my right hand. Piece of clothing. I have something wrong with my right hand that, like, if I hold a pen or a pencil for too long, or, like, my grip, like, if I'm vacuuming and I have the grip for too long, it's very painful, so, yeah. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ugh. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How, exactly, can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was! That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Blah. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. The way he goes, maybe. Oh, AA3 Edgeworth, you are so important to me. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? And Edward's like, finally, a topic we can talk about. Finally, a topic finally a common point. Francisca's like, not right now. Not right now. Not while I'm here. I don't want to hear it. Why, you Nick! You dog! I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded. Straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness? We will not discuss Iris. Larry. Shut up. He's like, I've never said the F word before, but shut the fuck up. The courtroom gasp. It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive? Evidence! Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurice Donham, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Sorry, I was thinking about how the judge is Canadian, and him referring to this as a nightmare, and I'm like, does this remind him of the Stanley Cup revolts? Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me.
Is the X silent in the name? Donim? I would assume so. It's a French name. Or it's a French word. It's like pseudonym. Like, when I was in show choir, people loved naming their groups after the French words. And like, Beaux, Beaux, is how that's pronounced. So I'm assuming dough is the same pronunciation. But who knows? Listen, guys. Listen, hi, I'm sitting here with a master's on modern language education, but French? If Nem isn't here to help me, I don't fucking know. That's not it. I don't know what I'm doing with French, but I'm assuming that that's the same. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried. So I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I know French. Bonjour, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Kat. That's all I got. Fermez la bouche. That's it. That's all I know how to say. Oh, and s'il vous plaît. Merci, I guess, too. Because, yeah. I know French! I don't know French! Spoken like a true Canadian. I'm sure the iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. The kids at my work assume I'm Canadian, and so they assume that I learned French. And so then, like, the ones who have French names, they'll be like, no, it's this. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Dude, I'm an American. We didn't learn French. Only half of us learned a language at all. a crystal sphere. Sphere, not spear. Sphere. This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. Nem, oh my god! Nem, your timing is incredible. I was literally just like, if Nim isn't here to tell me how to pronounce something in French, I don't know how to say it in French. And then you step in, hello! Hi, oh my god, hi! It's like Grania 2 all over again. That sphere, where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Who is calling me? I don't know you. Thanks, Nim! Thanks! Oh my god, thanks! I got my free cinnamon roll. I got my free Klapala, what if we died in the Arctic fic? It's a good day.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood?
I feel like your timing is conveniently perfect. Strangely high percentage of the time. That is very true. That's where Fang learned it from. He learned it from you. Anyway, this has blood on it. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Did Megan write? She did. She wrote me one, and it's really good. She texted me at like 5 a.m. And I'll tell the story at the end of the stream. I'll retell the story for those who were not here when I first opened. But anyway,
Didn't you want to be called Laurie's Donim only a few minutes ago? Pick a lane, shit stain.
And then Larry was arrested for tampering with the crime scene. I mean, I guess it technically wasn't a crime scene at that point. Alright.
So, you went to the burning bridge.
That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get me. To get to me, the least I could do is meet her halfway.
But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say?
I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best.
It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. For real. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point. So, what did you do next? So you searched all over for her?
She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible.
He wouldn't be arrested for that, because it wasn't a crime scene yet, especially that area. Like, no one knew.
Also, when I headed out to the shack for the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid? Yes. So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there.
You fell over yourself?
Yeah, the snow was deep and there was even a banana peel out there.
Yep. There's stupid, and then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next? Half buried.
It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too.
I'm impressed. You did well to find it.
No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I used to pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search, and it sparkled really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me.
It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one.
I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her.
This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry.
Need I remind you gives me pretty as per my last Edgeworth is totally an as per my last email, bitch. I'm also an as per previous communication / last email. The amethyst is still on the hood. Because Wright had the hood. So he's saying it came from a separate hood, which we know is wrong.
The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct?
That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound.
Indeed. Oh, sorry. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries.
Okay. Except this is easy, Edgeworth. Okay. I think, actually, either works, but I'm gonna go with the picture just in case because I know for a fact it has it, like, literally right here. And sometimes this game is dumb about, like,
did it have that on there?
Yes, game! I'm not an idiot!
Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot.
The victim?
I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey, that's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch.
They look nothing alike. She's being peak little sister right here. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone.
What? 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 What?
Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donim.
A fool alongside another fool, on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own two eyes! And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Yeah. Ms. Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. You're a clown! Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case. Sorry, I was thinking about her going, nuh-uh! And then he's like, what the fuck? And she's like, doesn't feel so good, does it?
That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer?
No way! All joking aside. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point. I guess I'll save. Uh-oh, I have to do something here. There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourselves for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
I think it has something to do with the weather, because it was snowing. And he said something about the snow, right? And so the snow stopped at some point. But that was, I guess, right before the murder that the snow had stopped. So if it was buried in the snow, it would have had to have happened before the murder. I think. I think so. Okay, yeah, I'm going with it.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it. That is the only option. That's what he...
I'm fine. I'm fine. Just say his name. Just say his name. Are you allergic? Like, achoo, oh no, I said his name. Say his name. Whore. There it is!
That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case.
You will do what? That look in your eyes. He reminds me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
That should come as no surprise.
She's like, ew. Ew. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Miles Edgeworth in his own games with Batman is crazy.
Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, I'm gonna say it really fast again. In case I'm wrong. Oh. What? Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. What? Why is it showing me this picture? Huh? Oh, is it the bit about there has to be snow? Found half covered in snow. Okay, okay, okay. I think that's the sphere itself, actually. Okay. Whatever. I was still right. I just was gonna use something different.
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing.
On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there was no snow on the victim's body.
Ah.
Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? What? This pursuit theme is so good. Order, order, order!
On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that had caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose.
What? What could that have been? That came country. Really weirdly.
This sphere, There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness.
Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Ms. Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Nuh-uh. That's not exactly true. I gotta stop doing nuh-uh. That's not exactly true. Now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't. There's the nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
The fuck do you mean, nuh-uh?
You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Ellie Stonem's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
Splonobile. I've made it this far. He's so serious and I'm like, duh. I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Okay, I guess it's... We don't have the actual snowmobile, so it's the tracks. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile.
Ah!
As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it also could have been used to carry a body. Order, order, order!
Yeah. This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself in your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. Edward's sticking up for Larry. Rare W. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy! Thank you! Aw. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. And I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me all. Ouch!
Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by.
What a shame, Francie!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for.
Ouch!
I demand satisfaction.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. He makes it sound like a next time on. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
Court is now adjourned. Older brothers do love to fight their little sisters on every detail, though. That's just the way it do be. Especially the age, like I said, that age gap, right? Because it's 7 years, right? He's 26, she's 19. 7-year age gap. They're gonna give each other a hard time. Especially the two who are raised like that. Anyway, before I end the episode, I will retell the events of this morning. TV show announcer judge, for real. I got a message at like 5 a.m. I didn't see it until I like woke up, because I managed to sleep in an extra hour as a treat for me on my birthday. And the title of the Word document that she sent me is Happy B-Day Cat, What If We Died in the Arctic Docs Doc X. And I was like, oh my god. And I didn't go through, like, how do I say? I didn't go through my messages right away. I was on public transit to go get my free cinnamon roll. And I decided to catch up on all the messages that I had gotten overnight. And I looked at that, because it just said, like, for text, it just says, like, so-and-so sent an attachment. And I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad. First of all, I'm so glad I'm wearing a mask. And second of all, I'm so glad that, I get to partake in a Klapalo fan fiction that I'm not making, because that's all I've been doing lately, which is fine, but it was really good. And I was like, bro, if you, like, seriously, if you have not imagined your two faves being stuck in the Arctic considering cannibalizing the other when they die, dude. And then I was like, thank you so much for taking the time to make that for me, oh my god. And then she was like, oh my god, dude, of course. And then I hate compliments, and so she's taken that to a bit, and was like, I feel medium about you. It's like on average hanging out with you. I feel average about it. And so then I was like, bro, don't make me cry just before stream. And then she said, whoa, genuine feelings and cannibalism be upon you. And then I read that at the beginning of stream, and now I'm reading it here. So people who watch the VOD, you get to hear it twice, because it's really funny. But it was really good. I love, that's like one of my favorite things to get as a gift, honestly, is like a fic that I didn't have to work on for a pairing that I like is so valuable. Like that and like experiences, right? Like going to a thing or whatever are like my favorite types of gifts. Like cause I struggle with receiving gifts, as my friends know.
yeah. So anyway, ooh, wahoo! And the stuff I bought with my birthday money from my grandma just shits. Let's go, my Ace Attorney swag. Anyway, Saturday will be more Okami. We're doing the dungeon and finishing Arc 2, I think. I hope. I think. And then Sunday we're not finishing. We're continuing Bridge to the Turnabout. Next Thursday, I don't know if there will be a stream. I'll figure it out. I'm going to an event later that night. And I don't know what the plan is for getting ready for the day. But I'll figure it out. Anyway. Also, finally, last thing is I do want to set a few more boundaries with streams, but I'm trying to decide what those are. And so I will make a community post when I have decided how I'm going about it. I just, again, reiterating that, like, I do this for me. And sometimes I put up, I think, with things that are said that I shouldn't, if I'm so honest. Or like things that happen, even just like technologically, that I shouldn't. So, healthy boundaries, yay! We're working on those. We're working on those in all aspects of my life. So, truly the gift you give yourself. That and Clipolo merchandise. Don't comment for me. Anyway. Yeah. You know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Please wear a mask. Everyone at work is getting sick. Okay, one more story. Everyone at work is getting sick. And I wear a mask at work. And, like, everywhere. And my coworker was like, oh, I haven't gotten sick yet, you know, huh? She's like, oh, you haven't gotten sick yet either, right? And I was like, no. And she's like, and I was like, no, wonder why. I was changing into like a fresh mask. And I was being sarcastic and she totally didn't even catch it. And I was like, and I woke up this morning and then 2 more people were like, I'm sick. Oh, I got the bug that's going around. And I'm like, if you wear a mask, you don't catch most illnesses. Regardless of your opinion on what's going on with COVID, you genuinely just don't catch as many illnesses if you wear a mask. It's nice. It's nice not being sick. Wouldn't you prefer that? Anyway, so wear a mask. I'm gonna start being meaner about it in real life. I decided. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.